Hello and welcome to France, or should I say bonjour. So for this video you join me on my annual trip to France, and for this session we are at Vallee Lakes in northwest France. Now, there's two lakes here at Vallee. You've got Vallee Lake 1 and Vallee Lake 2. We are fishing Vallee Lake 1. Now I say we because I do have a friend fishing with me. We've got a nice double swim and we've actually hired the hook lodge as well. So a little bit later I'll show you around that. That's a beautiful bit of kit and definitely worthwhile if you want some bit of extra comfort when you're on the bank. It's not going to be easy. I have fished this lake before. You can get some good hits, but it can be quite difficult. I think there was only about 5-6 fish caught last week, so we are going to have to be a bit stealthy and, you know, try and be a bit tactical about what we do to try and wangle some of these fish out. There are two 70-pound plus fish in here, one mirror, one common, so definitely they are, you know, our target market. Some sturgeon in here as well, which I have caught before. Not too fussed about catching one again though, I must admit. But yeah, so you're here, happy to be here, all excited, but I'm not going to catch anything standing here talking to you, so I'm going to get my rods out and I'll see you in a bit. Right, well, we're actually now coming into the second night of the trip. Obviously, as I'm sure many of you will be aware, whenever you get to France, that first day is just, like, that first 24 hours just absolutely disappears. You know, you get your rods sorted, you get everything set up, get nice and comfy. Before you know it, it's time for bed, and yeah, you're absolutely knackered from the early start to get here. So yeah, nothing happened on the first night, or first 24 hours. Like I say, we took our time, got set up, got the rods out, found some lovely spots. We're both really happy with what we've got in front of us, quite a few features. Fishing a couple of spots each that Mark, the owner, kindly sort of recommended and pointed us in the right direction of. So, you know, you can't go wrong with local knowledge, and, well, the owner of the lake that lives here, you're going to get any better knowledge than that. So yeah, rods are out, nothing too drastic for the first sort of couple of nights. I'm just keeping it simple, just mainly fishing fluorocarbon D rigs with Apex formula, match the hatch wafters, tipped with a little bit of fake corn. I've got that on 2 rods, and on the 3rd rod, my old faithful, if you ever watched any of my other videos, little snowman, but I've actually made it quite smaller. Normally in the UK I fish 20mm bottom bait, 15mm pop up, but over here I'm fishing a 16mm bottom bait and a trimmed down 13mm pop up, more like 8mm to be fair, because 13mm lifts it off the deck. So yeah, I'm using that on 1 rod. Bait pretty much the same over all of them, sorry. The 2 rods with the wafters on, tipped with a little bit of fake slow sinking corn. I'm just fishing a handful of whole boilies washed out, couple of handfuls, well, pretty much half a tin of sweet corn on each, and a load of crumb boilie as well. Not too much. Probably sounds like I've, you know, putting a fair bit of bait, but I haven't. You know, only a few handfuls of each. I think the start of any trip over here in France, I'm always a bit reluctant to put too much bait out because you don't really know what's been put in before you've got here. So I don't want to be piling a load of kilo upon kilo of bait on top of potentially other kilos of bait that's already been left out there. So yeah, nice and gentle start. We'll give it a go for the first couple of nights, see how that happens, and hopefully if we pick up a fish or two, we'll, you know, slowly increase the bait and try and sort of build up the swim. But yeah, I think it's important just to sit tight for the first few days. You know, I've fished this lake, this is my 4th trip to the lake, and although, You know, sometimes I've had a fish. I had a 47 a couple of years ago, straight on the bank before I'd even put my third rod out. So you know that can go quickly. But on the flip side of that, you know, last year I came here this time last week, and it was really slow going, really high pressure, and we only, you know, I think we only managed about 8 fish out of all of us on the lake for the week. So it's slow going. But anyway, we're here. We're confident. The rods are on the dance floor. Let's see what happens. Right. Well. Got our first take. Actually now mid-morning of Sunday, so we've done 2 nights and not had a touch. This has kind of come out the blue really. It's lunchtime, we're just chilling out, and I only redone this rod about an hour ago. Got wiped out during the night by the swans. Couldn't put the rod out first thing, or well, 4 o'clock in the morning when it happened, because the fog was so bad. So yeah, left the rod in for a few hours, put it back out, and lo and behold, we're in. So I'm going to concentrate now and try and get this one in the net. Right, so this take's come on the right hand rod, fish to the far margin, about a rod length off it, and a simple fluorocarbon D-rig with 16mm match the hatch Apex formula wafter with a little bit of slow sinking maize, fished with literally the whole tin of sweet corn and a couple of handfuls of Apex formula bottom baits from Impulse Baits. Come on. And that is a nice mirror. We are off the mark. Wow. Right, there you are, we're off the mark with a beautiful 31-pound, 13-ounce mirror. So happy to be off the mark, settles the nerves and answers a few questions around rig, bait, spots and all that kind of jazz. So yeah, I am well made up with this. Happy days. Right, thank you very much. Mwah. One last kissy. Thank you very much, sweetheart. You've opened my account. Made me very happy. Get in there. Yes. We're up and running. Well, we've only gone and got another take. It's the same rod again. Right hand rod, fished on that far margin. Same hook bait as last time. Little wafter tipped with a fake bit of slow sinking maize. And we're in. actually as big as I thought, I don't think. It felt heavier when it was further out in the lake, but now we're here. Quite just yet.
One.
And we're in.
And we're in. Happy days.
Oh, yeah. Not quite the lump I first thought, but it's another fish, and that's all that matters. Right, well, got the second one in the net. Not quite as big as what I thought it was going to be. Felt twice the size when I first hooked it and started playing it, but she come in nicely anyway. And we've got a beautiful 28 pound and 4 ounce mirror. So I am not complaining one little bit. And there she is. 28 pound and 3 ounce. Happy days. One spot is absolutely rocking, so I'm gonna hurry up and slip this one back and get the rod back out again. Right, well, we are fastly approaching night number 6. It's been really quiet the last few days, to be perfectly honest. Had those 2 fish on the second day. Really thought from that was going to be the turning point, was going to really kick the week off. Thought it was kind of unlocked the code a little bit there, but sadly it hasn't panned out. This isn't an easy lake, not by any stretch of the imagination. This is my 4th trip here, so I know it's not an easy lake, but I do know if the fish turn up and they get their heads down, you know, and you get your tactics right, you can catch a few. So we've got the rods out for today, for the next 24 hours. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get some fish before that. There's not been much out the whole lake this week. There's been the odd fish here and there, so I don't think we're doing anything wrong. I think it's just the fish haven't been feeding. I mean, if you look around me, you can see it is sort of textbook carp weather now. The air pressure has dropped. It was 1,030 when we first turned up on Friday. We're now Wednesday, and it's dropped down to 995, and it's going to be under 1,000 now for our next 48 hours, well, our last 48 hours. So fingers crossed they'll get their heads down and get a bit of a feed on, but we've got to stay confident, stay focused, keep getting the rods out, bang on the money, and just hope that the fish turn up. But like I say, yeah, not too much to go on. I think we've only seen about 3 fish show the whole week that we've been, 5 days that we've been here so far. But yeah, we'll sort of stay positive, and fingers crossed we'll have a few more to show you before we have to go home in 2 days' time.
Come on, the noddy fisherman has struck after 7 days and nights. PB!
Right, well, our session has come to an end. We haven't set the world on fire, not going to lie. 3 fish between us, you know. Obviously, we always come expecting more, but we can't complain. At the end of the day, we've had fish. Several other people around the lake have blanked. I think there's been less than 10 fish out all week. So for us to get 3 of them isn't bad going. One bonus, obviously, well done to Jack for Wingland one out yesterday afternoon. It's the first time he's ever been to France, so that's a win, if nothing else. But We've rebooked for next year. We're coming back in May, so it's going to be a bit warmer, completely different conditions, and fingers crossed we can set the record straight. But thank you very much for watching. Au revoir.